With this lighting ceremony, we celebrate how they adhere to the values of peace, justice, and human rights for all. Right now, I can feel the same measurable hope and conviction for a better world as our founders did decades ago. From the moment the UN Charter, which brings us together, was signed in 1945, we have work to do. With the first 51 founding members starting the race to defend and preserve mankind, we run to support the 193 member states of the UN who continue the race, with sights set on 2030 and the Sustainable Development Goals, which surround us here today in those walls. From the past decades, we have stood firm behind regional governments as they grew and set their sights on their development agendas and goals in Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean. We watch as the region developed and growing commitment to peace, justice, and human rights for a better world for all. However, in the context of increased global uncertainties, the 10 states which this UN team is dedicated to in Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean are on the front lines of our greatest battle, the climate crisis. With increased disasters threatening decades of development gains in education, youth, social development, economical and environmental resilience, the region joins the global community in facing the triple crisis of food, fuel, and finance, making it too easy to lose hope. But by the principles outlined in the Charter and the determination of this unity and regional partners of the governments of this region, I would argue that together we are hope. Why? Because we continue to bring ambition, energy, to forge solutions for all the people as we lead the charge towards the global goals. Every day since the signing, in the face of the rising sea levels, the worsening climate crisis and its related disasters, threats to education, youth, equality and human rights, we have fought for better. And the work we do may not always make the headlines, but we have the results to show how we make a difference in the lives of the people everywhere. With a growing young family here in the region, we commit to supporting the progress made to increase resilience to climate change and access to financing for Caribbean seas. We are determined in this. With the global goals as a blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all, we also continue to explore every avenue to truly leave no one behind.
It is a mechanism that Barbados has participated in proudly. I note that Barbados became a member of the United Nations December 7th, 1966, the same year that we became independent. And it was in the moment of becoming a member of the UN that the former Prime Minister Barbados said those very famous words, "Friends of all, satellites unite." He was, of course, speaking in the context of the Cold War, and he was establishing the non-aligned position of Barbados. But he was also signaling that as a small state, Barbados will not be used, will not be cowed, in the context of what was happening in the world at that particular time. He was saying that as a small state, Barbados demanded to be acknowledged because of its sovereignty, and that its size could not be used in any way to be forced to take any positions that it itself had not determined in its own interest. It is a position that still resonates with us today. It's a different context and a different time, but certainly we recognize that internationally, and perhaps unfortunately, that where you are situated globally, that size and that income, even in the context of the new global market, still is a key determinant of how you are positioned. It is still a key determinant of how resources are provided, and it is still perhaps a key determinant of the nature of your voice. But Barbados, in the context of the United Nations system, has used its voice in the context of what El Barro enunciated to signal that as a small state, we again will not allow size to be used as a barrier to advocating for change, to advocating for a more fit-for-purpose multilateral system that addresses the key concerns of small states. It is for this reason that Barbados is advocating on the Bridgestone Initiative, which highlights three particular planks for the restructuring of the financial architecture